It is so important. And I have thousands of reasons, but I will give you one. Very few people really go to prosecutors, to make to let them know what's going on, that they saw a crime, and that they know that some politician is stealing money from the budget or so on. Very few people want to risk their position or their lives, in order to do so. And then you have all the judiciary. It's a very complicated system. You cannot be anonymous. They are not really open to the public, and they are not encouraging people. The system, the democracy as we know it, is not really functioning to cover what is going on in this world. And so that's why journalism, it's more close to people. We are always talking to people. We are taking calls from them, and we are seeing what is going on in the streets. And we keep this contact with people, and we win their trust. And so by doing that, it's easier for us to get involved and to get to know things that we can start to investigate. It's more important than ever now, because what is dying now is the media industry, not quality journalism. And so now it's more important than ever to have other ways, to explore other ways to tell the stories that need to be told. And that means that we need to experiment creating centers, creating, why not, new business based on journalism. But somebody has to pay for democracy. It is not for granted. I mean, democracy is not something that falls like the rain. We have to fight for it. So it's more important than ever, not just for journalism, it's for society in general, for democracy at the end. And yeah, well, back in 2004, we started following piece of information that we had that the former president of the Social Security in Costa Rica was living in a house that it costed more than $1 million, and he was not supposed to live in a house like that. So the story is very long, but to make it short, basically, we started to follow this piece of information, and we found out that the house was paid by a company that was selling products to the Social Security, so it was basically a bribe. And then we continued and continued, and we found out that 2 former presidents were involved in large corruption cases. So the cases were Alcatel, the French telecommunication company, paid millions in bribes to Costa Rican officials, including the president. And so we discovered it, we published the story, and the former president was sent to jail, and the second former president was also involved in another case of bribes paid by a Finnish company. Both of them were sentenced. One is still, appealing and so on. But then, well, that's a concrete result on a story that we published. And afterwards, I mean, many laws, new laws that we didn't have, were approved at the Congress. Alcatel had to pay millions of dollars, and they had to admit that they paid bribes. I would say that he's enjoying the benefits, and he has enjoyed, or she has enjoyed, for all these years, because there are some people working to support democracy, working to liberate information, so the rest of the citizens can have access to this information, and they can make decisions with informed and clear information. So all these marvelous and great things that you have enjoyed all these years is because there are people struggling around the globe to have this open, to make it happen, to have the information available, to tell the stories that need to be told. And so now, in this moment, the industry as we know it is falling down, that the journalism is struggling, but the will is there, the hunger is there. I mean, professionals and new professionals are really willing to make the difference, is when we need more support than ever. We need equipment, we need access to internet, we need to go to court to defend ourselves, because we are always under the threat of being sued or being threatened or being shot. I was shot in my leg once, like 5 years ago, and I had no support from the government at all. So we need to bring more resources to these organizations who are doing great things, and I think this is the right moment to make it happen and to do something meaningful with the resources that you have available.